Hey guys, what's going on? So today I'm going to talk a little bit more about Ben Sturgill's LottoX. They're running a special at the moment on this, so I'm trying to get as many videos done as possible to give you guys the best idea of what to expect from the service. And so watch this video towards the end. I'm going to give a little bit more information on how you can get hold of a track record, which is all the way back to June last year. So it's like something like 150 trades or something from the LottoX, all documented carefully in this document, which I'll show you in a few minutes. But at the end, I'll give you a way to get hold of these documents more easily. So make sure you watch until the end. And so I wanted to get started again. For people that have no idea what I'm talking about, LottoX is this service. They've got it on sale for $99 for a whole 3 months, which is ridiculously good value. This is the landing page for that. And you can get to that via my review article, which is here. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can go and check out the review, look at all the previous stuff that I've written about it, and also get access to the full track record that I managed to get from Raging Bull. And so you can see at the moment they have a $99 quarterly subscription. That is ridiculously cheap. It means you can totally afford to paper trade these every week if you want. So a very brief overview of the service. So Ben Sturgill joined Raging Bull probably, I'd say like 3 years ago now. And he runs a variety of different services in there, one of which is LottoX. And so these are overnight trades that come out on Thursday around lunchtime. And there's a really nice trading room that you can sit in as they talk about them at 12:30 Eastern Time. This is the room right here. Nothing's going on right now because it's not 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. Still got the rest of the week to go, unfortunately, until then. So people talk about the trades as they come out, and Ben talks about the trades and why he likes them and things live for half an hour, and then they all get sent out via the app, and also you can take them based on what Ben is talking about in this chat room. So it's a cool style. Like, I think he uses a bunch of technical indicators like the TTM squeeze and moving averages, volume coming in, all the typical things you'd expect from a technical trader. And so that happens once a week, and it just got brought to my attention the other day that there's actually a part of the service that I've not explored yet, so I'm hoping to do that as time goes on here, and we can talk more about that in other videos and things. Here's an example that I showed in a previous video the other day, which was how well these performed last week. So you can see gains of 600% overnight, 100%. This one didn't work, this one didn't trigger, 260% gains, 860% gains. So these are really binary trades almost, like they either go to almost zero or they go up a few 100% or more. And so this is what makes this style of trading so exciting but also so risky. So this is definitely something that if you want to play with, you want to use small amounts of money unless you are okay losing thousands of dollars per trade. But the cool thing is these are cheap contracts, so you can do like an $18 contract or a $65 contract, or just do a couple of them to keep the risk very low, especially when you're starting out and you're not quite sure how these things move. And so the part of the service, this is something I've talked about a lot, and the part of the service I haven't really talked about is the 0 hours to expiration, which again the Facebook group recently brought up. And so if I go into the dashboard here under LottoX, this ultimate 0 hours till expiration room is something that apparently is really good, and I haven't tried it out yet, but again the Facebook group was saying that it's pretty much been big winners for the last month. Every Friday at 3 p.m. He goes live, Ben goes live the same way he does with the 0 DTE trades, and then you only have an hour to take these trades and scalp in and out of them. And apparently it's really, really good, so I expect a video coming out soon as I start to take these trades and start to document them for you guys. So that's kind of a side note, but just so you guys know, if you've joined LottoX or if you're thinking about it, the 0 hours to expiration happens on Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, which apparently is even more exciting and easier to manage, right, because you're not holding stuff overnight. And so in this article, I tried to put a lot of this stuff, like I tried to put my trades and things in here, so you'll see I put various track records and things. The problem is, like, people still ask this question. This is what kind of got me to reach out to Raging Bull, is like, what is the actual track record like? Like, how often can we expect a 200% winner, for example? Is there one 200% winner every 10 trades, or every 50 trades, or every 100 trades? Like, you can't just pick the highest percent winner, right, and say that's what to expect. And it's something that we definitely have to be aware of in this industry now, is that you're not misrepresenting things. So you can show this all day long, right? NVDA, where you've basically made 1400% overnight. But it's really important in the industry, I think, is to be transparent that that's not an average win, right? And kind of give people an idea of how many they'd expect to do something like that. Like, are all of them losers apart from this one for the last year? Who knows? And so I think that's what is important, is this transparency and kind of trying to make sure that people know what to expect. And I think this is where the document that I was able to get from Raging Bull comes in, and it is right here. And so this document is pretty large. It's 65 pages, and it's 165 trades. So it's about 7 months. I did the math on here. Let's see. So I did the math on here. It's 168 trades roughly over the course of 7 months, with about 6 every week and 4 weeks in a month. Comes to about 160-ish trades. So they're all documented in here, and they've all been given the exact contracts, so that if you want to go back and check them out and see what happened, you can do so on something like On Demand and backtesting on Thinkorswim. And you can start to see, so this was back in June 16th last year, so 7 months ago. And you can see the very start here, and as time goes on, every single trade is documented. And so you can start to get a feel for how often these trades are profitable and how much do they move. And looking through here, let's see if we can find an example day. Why don't we just take the one we're on right now? So June 23rd. So these ones went up 183%. So this is just 1 week that we're picking out of randomly. Let's see, this one went up 283%. These all went to zero, so you can kind of get an idea of what the percentage is. So half of them went up 283% and 183%, and the other one's tanked. So it's up to you when to put your stop loss. Hopefully you don't lose 100% of the money, maybe you only lose 80. So that was June 23rd last year, and so you can see it's continued on with comments and commentary. And so while this isn't ideal, it does document every single trade alerted in the service for the last 7 months. Unfortunately, what would be ideal is if all this was plotted out on a chart. But for you guys that really want to plow through the data, it's all here from what I can see. Here's August. Let's go up to the top of the document. So it's kind of a long way. Keep going up here. Okay, so we should load here. Okay, so here's the top of the document, and it actually talks a little bit about what's included here. And what's interested is they are only interested in the big winners. So they want things that have moved over 75% intraday and over 100% overnight. And if it hasn't done that, what they've done is marked it with nothing. So they say nothing intraday. So let's go through this one. January 19th. So Google, these are the calls trading around 0.4 at 12:36 p.m. So you can see they're documenting the time pretty meticulously here, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure who did this. It's almost like they had an assistant or something do this. Maybe it was Ben, I don't know. So nothing intraday. So that means that the Google contracts didn't move more than 75% intraday. But if you look at these Google contracts, and I did in the previous video, they did actually go up intraday, just not more than 75%. But look what happened overnight. They went up 975% overnight, so that's documented. These ones did go up 138% intraday, and you can go and check out each contract to see how it moved. So I've been getting some questions about how to play these. Like, I don't know. So I scalp them. I take a bunch of them and I hold them for 20 minutes or an hour until I'm net positive on all of them, if possible, and then I just take my profits and run. But that's not the best way to play it, right? Some of these things move huge overnight. That's the whole point. But it's just the way I'm comfortable playing them. But this is data that might be useful for people to go through and say, hey, I've noticed a pattern here. Maybe some of them move, if they move up 10%, whatever, into the close, then they're likely to gap up the next day. So you can figure out which ones you want to hold overnight or not. There's definitely a lot of potential from this data, but it's going to take a lot of work to go through it and figure everything out. But you can see they've tried to document everything that they can, and it's pretty meticulous. So lots and lots of big winners. It answers this question of how many make more than 100% moves, for example. It's pretty easy to extract from just running through this. You can just, say, hey, half of them make 100% moves, or, whatnot. So it's a good effort. I mean, having every single trading contract documented, 160 of them, is pretty good. But they could definitely do a bit better of a job here by plotting it, like, say for example, you just estimate, hey, I put the same amount of money, capital, into each trade, how much comes out at the end, that would be a little bit better, but it's also a lot more work. So I'm guessing that's probably the reason why it's not obviously displayed like that. Anyway, if you want to see this data, I have it, and so you can just email me. I'll put a link in the description below with my email address. It's stockalertsreviewed@protonmail.com, but look in the description and in the comment section. I'll pin a comment that will give you my email address, and just email me and ask me to send you this document if you're interested in going through it all, seeing if this is something you might be interested in trying out. And so, like I said, it is only $99 per quarter at the moment, which is a total bargain. The room's really fun. Like, these guys are really entertaining on it. There's a lot of chatter inside the live room as well, so you can talk to all the other subscribers and see what they're doing and everything. So it's pretty fun to try. So I highly recommend the service just for the learning experience. If you look at the service in the dashboard, like I said, they have the 0 DTE trades, but they also have the 0 hours room as well on the Friday. And I'm excited to try that this week. I think it's going to be fun. 1 hour to expiration, pretty crazy. We'll see how that goes. There's also a bunch of video lessons in here, and you learn a lot during the live session too. So it's not all just about like getting picks, right? It's about learning how people are doing things, and so there's a lot of video lessons in here as well about the 0 DTE trades and things. So it's pretty good. All right, guys. Hopefully that's helpful. Email me if you want a track record, the one that I was showing, and hopefully that helps you guys.